Hello, and welcome to another episode on Rising Coaches with Sophia Bernardi. Well, we have had a big week on the podcast this week. You received my usual episode on Tuesday, but then you have also received over the last couple of days another 2 bonus episodes, and this is the 3rd bonus episode and the final one for the week. So that's 4 episodes this week in total. And the reason being, if you haven't listened to the previous 2 episodes, is I ran a free 3-day challenge inside my Facebook community the other day, and the feedback was absolutely incredible. So I wanted to share it here for you as well, so that you can get the kind of results and the momentum and the clarity and the breakthroughs that everyone inside my Facebook community had as well. So day 1 was all about the mindset shifts that you needed to make to be able to show up online confidently and actually be an energetic match for the kind of results that you want to bring into your business, whether that's signing your first few clients, bringing in a 5K month, 10K month, 15K month, or even beyond that. Day 2 was all about getting clear on your niche and your messaging using my signature process that helped so many people who have been in business for years or paid for several programs and haven't gotten the kind of clarity that they got, in day 2 of the Crickets to Clients challenge. That's how powerful it was. And now day 3, the final day of Crickets to Clients, is all about the consistent client attraction plan. So here you can steal my simple, stress-free organic marketing system to grow your audience, build connections, and sign ideal clients without chasing leads or burning out, as that's personally what I've been able to do and support hundreds of my clients to be able to do as well. So enjoy the 3rd and final episode of the Crickets to Clients series for the podcast. I hope you love it. And if you do, please let me know your biggest takeaways overall from the 3-day challenge. I'm at Sophia Rose Bernardi on Instagram, and I would love to hear from you. Enjoy. Welcome to day 3 of Crickets to Clients, guys. We've got a lot to go through. So I hope you've got your pen and paper out. Feel free to take photos and videos and share it on Instagram. My username is at Sophia Rose Bernardi. So please tag me so I can share it after today. Let's dive on in. Now, if you haven't yet watched day 1 or 2, I highly recommend doing so because they have been so incredible and will complement today so well. Now, today I'm going to be talking through the simple and aligned organic marketing strategy, which is perfect for anyone wanting to either start or grow their coaching business and sign dream clients on repeat. Now, just before we get started, I want to congratulate all of the women who have decided to join the 5K Fast Track, my program for new coaches wanting to start and grow their coaching business to hit consistent 5K months in 90 days or less. So congratulations to Jakaya, Nora, Mary, Mel, Corinne, Carol, Rega, Caitlin, Charlie, and Nicole. It has been so amazing seeing so many of you jump on board. Before I'd even probably announced it, I'm going to be talking about the program in a lot more depth towards the end of today, so stay tuned for that. And I'm announcing a really exciting opportunity for those of you at the end of today as well. So stay tuned because it's just for you guys for being here over the last few days. And yeah, I'm really excited to share it with you all. But until then, let's dive into your marketing strategy to attract and sign clients this simple and aligned way. Who's excited? I'm actually going to start by sharing a quick story with you. So when I first started my coaching business, I thought that there was this one secret strategy that everyone was following. And if I could just find out what that secret was, then it would work. So I'd apply these strategies. I'd invested tens of thousands of dollars. But some of it just felt so wrong, so unaligned. These sleazy, salesy strategies, cold calling, putting people under pressure and working 12 plus hours a day to make it work and needing all these really complicated tech and funnels and systems just to get started just didn't feel right. All right, so I've invested in countless courses, books, mini trainings, masterminds, inner circles, one-on-one packages, once-off sessions and weekend events to learn the secret strategy to success because something just didn't feel right with what I was doing and I just felt like I was missing something. And all of this just left me feeling really overwhelmed and confused. Can anyone relate to this right now? Everyone was telling me to do something different. So which one should I pick? I kept chopping and changing strategies constantly, and if only I knew at the time what a waste of time that was, then I would have saved myself a lot of money and suffering. One coach says TikTok's where it's at. Another says Facebook groups are the only way. Another says you must have appointment setters. Another says going viral using Instagram Reels is essential. Another says LinkedIn posts are booming. And another says YouTube is the secret. The truth is, you should never rely solely on one platform to grow. You don't own the platform and you could lose your account at any time. To the point that I'm actually uploading these events to my YouTube channel as well, because some people have recently lost access to their Facebook account and can't watch this. So you shouldn't rely just on one platform. All right, so there also isn't only one way to grow your business. Any coach that says Facebook groups is the only way, YouTube is the only way, this is the only way, is literally just lying to you. That's just what works for them, okay? There are many ways that you can grow. It's not about the hashtags you use, the time of day you post, the Facebook groups you leverage, or even the platform you use. That's all noise. What matters is much deeper than that. And most business coaches will never tell you this, and this is why I'm trying to share this with you all today, because I just want you to know the truth so that you don't operate your business from this lens of I'm missing something, there's a secret I don't know, because it's not true. That's just marketing tactics that coaches are using to get you to buy their stuff. When it's not down to one strategy, it's not down to one platform, right? What matters is so much deeper than that. And so if you've been focused on surface level strategies and doing all the things without mastery, truthfully, that's why you're stuck and not growing. Because you're wasting time on things that don't actually move the needle and not devoting the time and money to building a very powerful money-making skill set. Who's landing with this right now? Who's resonating with this? It's about creating a simple marketing strategy that works and aligns with you, where you master the foundations that actually matter and apply that to all the platforms of your choosing. And again, I wouldn't recommend just being on one platform, because you could get hacked, you could get blocked, you could lose it. They could change their rules about how it works. So you actually want to diversify your skill set into a variety of different platforms. You don't have to pour 100% energy to all of them, but repurposing can be so helpful, okay? It doesn't cost you any extra time, but it does gain you extra impact. So the things that you actually want to be focusing on that actually matters is your messaging specificity and quality, the outcome you provide, your storytelling skills, your ability to build deep relationships with ideal clients, your sales skills, your no-brainer offer, your brand, and your ability to magnetize your audience through your energy, just to name a few. That's what actually matters, not the latest Instagram trending audio, my friends. This is why I work so closely with each of my clients to help them focus on what actually matters and create a personalized marketing strategy that aligns with their goals, values, and lifestyle. Because if it aligns, they will stick to it and they will commit to the mastery of it and therefore generate incredible results from it. The coaches you see succeeding, are all doing different things, right? And it works because they love the approach and it aligns with them, okay? They committed to focus and to mastery, which is the key to success overall. I would be writing that down. They committed to focus and mastery, which is the key to success overall. So many people dabble, they're general, they're blasé, and it's because they don't invest in themselves, or they don't invest in the time even and the energy to actually getting really, really good at something. It's no longer okay to just use ChatGPT, copy and paste the content, paste it on social media without care factor, without depth, without personalization, without storytelling, without evidence to back up what it is you're saying, without being unique, right? It's okay to use ChatGPT and AI. I do, right? But I use it very strategically. And I don't rely on that as a business strategy. I actually have a skill set on how to attract and to nurture and convert. And I'm going to be sharing with you today. But the people that are actually succeeding are not dabbling. They are mastering. They are investing the time and the money to actually build a skill set that's essential to making money online. If it were that easy to just copy and paste stuff, be really general, be half-assed, be inconsistent, everyone would be succeeding and thriving, but that's not the case, is it? Right? And so you have to recognize that. Who's resonating with this so far? I'm going to be sharing a lot of hardcore truth bombs today, so I hope you're genuinely prepared for that. And this is when I learned the importance of creating a simple aligned marketing strategy that I could apply and repeat. Because if you don't have a clear strategy, which many don't, It's like driving to a new destination without a roadmap or any signs to get there, right? It's going to take you a long time. So you need a strategy. Who relates to that analogy? Who feels like they're driving to a new destination without a roadmap or any signs to get there? Pop a me in the chat, right? Who does not have a strategy to grow their coaching business? Please let me know in the comments. So when I realized this, that it was about having an aligned marketing strategy and actually going all in on the mastery of that, I decided to stop following all of the strategies that didn't align with me and instead used everything I had learned from all of the expert coaches to create my unique marketing strategy. And this is what I now teach my clients today, so that they aren't doing something because I told them to, but they're doing it because it aligns with them and their lifestyle that they want to create. That's when it works. And to be honest with you, a lot of the first investments I made, they didn't explain this stuff that I'm explaining to you. They just told me what to do, but they didn't explain why I should do it. They didn't explain how it all comes together. And so when I did get stuck, which I did because that's a normal thing that happens when you're growing and learning new things, I didn't know how to change it and tweak it and make it align for me because I didn't actually understand what I was doing. I was just doing what I was told, right? But actually, if you want to get consistent results and you want to build a business that lasts a lifetime and impacts hundreds of people or thousands of people, then you need to know what you're doing. You need to have clarity on how to tweak and change things. So in my program, the 5K Fast Track, and in Scale School, I teach what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to do it. Right? I don't just say, just do this. I actually explain the details about it because it allows you to understand what you're doing, and that way you can make it your own. Is this landing for you all? Seeing a lot of me's in the comments, which is very good. Right? Because the truth is some of you are mums who want to be present with their kids every day and be able to take them to school and pick them up. In which case, maybe back-to-back sales calls and cold DMing people all day, every day isn't for you in this season. Some of you want to travel the globe and have freedom of choice. So maybe using Google Docs to sell your offers might be where it's at for you. Some of you love speaking and impacting lives. I can see my client Tamzina's here. Like, she's such a good speaker. She's so good at articulating herself, right? And so a great strategy for her is going live, being on camera, doing talking to camera reels and running events like this because she's so good at magnetizing people. And when you leverage your strengths, that's when it's going to work, okay? And for me, I love that. I love connecting with you. I love talking. I love sharing. I love going deep. And that's why I have a podcast called Rising Coaches with Sophia Bernardi. It's why I run events like this every single month because I love helping. I love communicating. I love diving deep. That's my skill set. It's my passion. It's my strength. And so I double down on that. Not the things that aren't my strengths or my joys and passions, because we're going to spend so much time in the building and the growing and the strategies, right? And so we need to love it. You actually spend more time in marketing than you do in delivery. And so you want to fall in love with it. This process will be different for each individual. That's why I teach all of my clients all of the ways. I teach them numerous ways they can attract, numerous ways they can nurture, numerous ways they convert. So they can do what's best for them, and they never need another program to find the next shiny object, because there won't be any shiny objects. It will all be in the one program. And overall, I'm really grateful for this experience of investing in so many different programs and having to figure this out a bit myself from, doing all of that, because now I have a really deep understanding on all of the ways you could possibly grow, because I falled for all of that marketing, right? And now I'm able to teach that to my clients, and that's why I have clients that stay with me long term, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years plus, right? I created the program that I wish that I had from day one. That's why I have some clients who are killing it on their podcast alone. Some run their business from referrals. Some make $15,000 a month on creating written content. One client made $10K in the first 2 months of working with me from 2 sales alone with in-person conversations using my soulful sales techniques. 2 clients recently told me that they've
made 22K each in just 1 month. And another client told me that she's just made £12,600 from running her first online event using my process. It's wild what's possible when you go all in on one approach. The biggest mistake I see coaches make when it comes to their strategy is that they're winging it. Too many coaches have no clear and aligned strategy to follow, to attract, to nurture, and to convert clients on repeat. They're hoping clients will just show up in their inbox, posting average content daily that lacks value, connection, and that magnetizing energy. They're doing what they see others doing or what they think they should be doing without really understanding the psychology and strategy behind it. Their strategy lacks depth and intentionality, and that's why it doesn't work. They're overwhelmed and they're burnt out trying to do it all. They're focused on the wrong things like what time should I post, what hashtag should I use, what's the latest algorithm hacks, and what platform is best. That stuff just doesn't matter. And if you've been told that it does, then it's no wonder you feel so overwhelmed all the time. Focusing on the wrong things or being average in marketing in today's market may get you a client here and there, but it won't get you to consistent 5K months and beyond. If you are posting just to post to tick it off your list without a clear plan, it's no wonder you're not attracting high quality clients consistently who come to you ready to buy. I helped a busy mum of 3 simplify her marketing strategy into one aligned process that worked with her lifestyle and her values. Today, she makes consistent 30K months while spending more time with her family. The scary truth is, though, that 90% of businesses don't make it because they fail to master what matters. They focus on the wrong things or only learn one piece of the puzzle. So if you want to be up there with the top 10%, then you have to be willing to do what the top 10% of businesses do. Like I said before, if it really was that simple and easy on your own with information that everyone has access to, then everyone would be succeeding. But how many do you actually see succeeding? You might only follow the ones that are, but trust me, there's a huge pool of people that you don't even see the light of day of because they're unable to attract leads, they're unable to sign clients. And I've been having so many conversations this week alone with so many of you who have literally been in business for the same duration of time as me, but you're not making clients, right? And there's a variety of circumstances for that. But I really believe if you have the right support and you have the right strategy and you implement and use that consistently, you can have the same results that I have and more. My clients actually grow faster than I do because when they join my program, instead of them having to go through the process that I did of investing like $100,000 in so many different programs, they kind of just go straight to what works in my program. And so I see them get faster momentum than I did when I was, at their stage in business. And I think that that's freaking cool. But the good news is you don't have to keep guessing. I'm going to teach you my proven system to start growing your business to a minimum of 5K per month. This is the exact system my clients use to start and to even scale to 30K months and beyond without the constant grind of posting content, struggling to convert, or feeling trapped in an unsustainable business model. Instead, this scalable approach creates consistent, predictable income while giving you more freedom in both your business and in your life. And this is the exact system that made me over $1 million organically, so no paid advertising, in under 4 years of starting. And I started at complete zero with no certifications, no university or college degrees, nothing. I was 22. I did all of this by the age of 26. And now I've made over $2 million in under 5 years of business without it costing me my health, my lifestyle, or my relationships. In fact, this system that I'm going to be sharing with you actually improved my health, my lifestyle, my relationships because I finally had the time and money and freedom to invest in those areas. That's why I travel most months of the year. I went overseas 3 times last year. That's why I have the most incredible relationship with my partner. He's amazing and we have so much fun together. That's why I have the bestest friends in the world. It's why I have a clear calendar most days of the week, okay? And those 7-figure coaches you compare yourself to online, just know that they pay attention to the detail and have fallen in love with their marketing strategy because it is the money maker and therefore impact maker of their business. They are constantly focused on growth, improvement, and don't rely on guesswork. So those people that you model and you look up to, just know that that's their way of going about things. They don't just sit there and complain all the time about marketing and sales and strategy. They've fallen in love with it because they recognize it's like the contributor to whether they have a business or not. I see so many coaches complain like, I wish I could just support clients and not do the strategy. It's like, you can sit there and say that all you like, but the reality is that you need it. So why don't we fall in love with it instead? Okay? So guys, imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what to focus on to grow your business. You're attracting leads daily, nurturing them consistently, and converting them into clients, all without feeling overwhelmed or stuck. Picture your business running smoothly with templates and workflows that save you 15 plus hours each week. No chaos trying to find certain documents, manually doing tasks that could very easily be automated, or wasting time on tasks that you don't even need to do. Just a well-oiled machine that supports your growth. Put a me in the chat if you want that. And that's what you're about to learn. You need to focus on 3 core components to create an aligned marketing strategy. A strategy to attract people, a strategy to nurture people, and a strategy to convert people. So, how do we do those 3 things? Let's start with attracting your audience. And you might want to write this down. There are 3 ways to attract your audience. We've got organic marketing, collaboration marketing, and paid marketing. So organic marketing is posting content on social media, posting a podcast, going live, creating email marketing, posting in other people's Facebook groups, writing blogs, showing up in person anywhere. Like, they're ways of organic marketing, right? Collaboration marketing is something like joint lives. So like Tamzine and I could go live on Instagram together. That's a collaboration strategy. Her audience will, see me, and my audience will see her. And that's really great because, that's how we grow our audience. It could be being a guest on someone's podcast, like being interviewed. It could be pitching to media outlets. It could be referrals. It could be speaking at events, right? These are collaboration strategies. And then there's paid marketing, which I don't recommend in the beginning of business anyways, but again, I like to share all the ways so you're educated. So paid marketing could be like advertising on social media, like Facebook ads. It could be paying for Instagram shout outs from big, social media accounts, or it could be influencer marketing, right? There's lots of ways, right? So 3 ways to attract your audience. We've got organic marketing, collaboration marketing, and paid marketing. I recommend when you're starting out focusing on organic marketing and collaboration marketing. Now, you do not need to do all of those things. I'm just sharing with you all of the ways that falls under those categories. I didn't touch paid marketing until I was at $1 million in business. I'm not saying you need to wait that long either, but that was just me personally, right? Because my organic and collaboration strategies were strong enough to grow my business like that. One of my clients, Liz from Australia, went from having no clarity on how to sign clients and having no confidence to even charge for her services to making consistent 10 to 15K months in her business after following this process, by the way. So that's attraction. That's the top of the funnel. Is that making sense so far? That's how people find you. So now I'm going to talk about once they've found you from one of those ways, now this is how you nurture them. In other words, this is how you warm them up so they can build that no trust factor to actually start to be in a position to buy from you. And this is what I'm doing right now. I've already attracted all of you from a variety of different ways. Some of you found me from a Facebook ad. Some of you found me from a Facebook group. Some of you found me from Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Some of you found me from a recommendation from someone else. You've all found me in a different way. Doesn't matter which way, but I've attracted you. Now, what I'm doing right now by giving my time and my value and my energy for free is I'm nurturing you. So what I'm talking about right now, nurturing, is what I'm doing right now. I'm helping you. And that builds a trust, right? And you're not going to buy from me unless you trust me. And whilst not everyone that's in my world needs to buy from me in any means, of course, doing this sort of stuff contributes and helps that to happen. If I didn't do this, a lot of you that joined yesterday wouldn't have joined because you didn't know me. You didn't, have that trust. You didn't know that I could help you. But now that you've seen value, you've maybe listened to my podcast, you've watched my YouTube videos, you've just watched day 1 and 2 from this alone, and you're like, wow, I'm sold. Get me in that program. I need that process. I need Sophia's energy. That's enough. I've obviously nurtured you. Everyone gets nurtured at different speeds, but the better job you do at it, the more likely you are to grow, right? Does that make sense? Just let me know. I want to make sure it's all landing, okay? So these are the 3 ways that you can nurture people. So there's your content, your community, and your online events. So your content is things like educational content, inspiring content, entertaining content, conversational content, credibility content. You know, it's your content, and you can do that like on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the places, right? It's just your content. We need to be posting content. We don't want to only post content, but that is something that's important to do. Like if you're growing an online social media business, then you need to be posting content, whether it's audio or video or carousels or still images, doesn't matter. In fact, I recommend a variety of all of them, right? Video in particular, people build trust much faster. So if you care about nurturing people, which you need to if you want this funnel to be fulfilled, then you've got to do that, right? So content is one way of nurturing people, right? Who's built trust and been nurtured and warmed up by people's content that they've read on social media? And then all of a sudden you're binge listening to all their reels or all their TikToks and stuff. I know I have. Or watching their YouTube videos or whatever it might be. Like just binge consuming that content, right? Or their podcasts, right? The second way is your community. So typically like your Facebook group, like this group, right? I'm nurturing this group right now, and I leverage this group in so many different ways. Right? But also LinkedIn has a community. Also Instagram has, what is it called? Like a channel, an Instagram channel. So like every social media platform, I shouldn't say every, but many have a community element, right? And so that also helps to nurture people, because you bring all your favorite people, all you guys, all your ideal clients into one space, and you just double down in that space of adding value, connecting, helping, and that's what nurtures them really quickly, because they feel a part of something. Like who here feels this connection? We're all in this together. You're starting to get familiar with some of these names you've seen over the last 3 days. Like we're in this together. Some of you have been commenting on other people's lives, supporting each other that have done the tasking over the last day or two. Like it's really, really cool to see. Okay, so how you can leverage your Facebook group or other groups is like lives, posts, events like this, and client interviews. If you go to the featured section in my this Facebook community, you'll see like all of these times I've interviewed clients because they've just gotten such amazing results, and like events that I've run. Okay, so that's the community element. And the third way that you can nurture your audience is through online events. So I'm doing my event right now inside my Facebook group, but you can do your events in other places too. Like you can do it on Zoom, for example. And so online events is things like challenges like this, workshops, intensives, webinars, trainings, masterclasses. They're all just different names for the same thing. But running events is super, super powerful. And I've done it from day one in my business. Again, it's a passion, it's a strength of mine. I enjoy it, and it really works. Like I made tens and tens of thousands of dollars yesterday alone because I ran, I've been running this challenge, and so many people have joined before I've even publicly spoken about the offer. They already just know they want to work with me, and they don't muck around. They're like, give me the details, I'm signing up. They don't have the excuses, they don't have the objections. They just like, they trust themselves. They could see that I can help them, and they double down on that, right? And it's okay if you have fears and doubts, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, when you do a good job at nurturing, you do fast track that process, okay? One of my clients, Becky, she went from doing everything and feeling exhausted to scaling to consistent 20K plus pound months through an evergreen event funnel whilst traveling the world and homeschooling 2 children. She leveraged the leads that came through her evergreen event funnel with conversations via DM and sometimes sales calls, and that's how she signs clients. And I actually had the honor of meeting her when she was traveling to Australia. We spent the day together. She's interviewed me on her podcast. I've interviewed her on mine. Because she's had such a beautiful transformation. Honestly, her whole life has changed as a result of having this process. And now converting people. So we've spoken about all the ways you can attract people, all the ways you can nurture people. Now we want to turn them into high quality clients, paying clients, because that's where the real impact is made. I can only say so much in a 60-minute period here. It's valuable, it's helpful. There's only so much I can say. The real information and transformation is in my paid program. And so knowing that I genuinely want to impact people and change their lives, I need to do whatever I can to help people to trust themselves, to make an investment, to get into a program that's going to give them the results that they truly need. Because let's be honest, if it was as simple as consuming information, again, we'd all be successful. Look how much free information is out there on YouTube, all these personal development books. But the reality is most are struggling. Most don't implement that stuff without accountability, without support, without personalization. without everything being in one place and not needing to piece it together. That's a really, really, really slow and expensive way of growing. Okay, so knowing that, I have to do whatever I can to help people to trust themselves, to see the value in investing in themselves and how that's going to allow them to grow faster and save money and make more money, right? And so we need to be good at the conversion part. So we've spoken about attract, we've spoken about nurture. Now I'm going to speak about all the ways you can convert people, knowing that you need to do that to be in business for the long run, to make income, and most importantly, to impact. So there's 3 ways: content, conversations, and conversion events. 3 C's. So content, again, I've said this before. Content attracts people, it nurtures people, but it also converts people, because you can have a call to action in your content that gets people to buy, like saying DM me the word fast, comment below this, and I'll send you the link. So like content can convert, right? This is technically content. This is a piece of content, right? And it's been signing clients, right? And it will continue to do so. So there's 3 types of content. We've got written content, we've got audio content, and video content. So this is video content, written content is a social media post, and audio content could be like a podcast, okay? So we can use content to convert clients, okay? The other way is conversations. So this is sending DMs, not cold DMs, but just sending DMs, replying to people, following up with people, you know, all of that sort of thing. Sales calls, that's a conversation, and in person. They're the 3 ways. You need to have conversations to sign clients. So regardless whether you do sales calls or not, you need to know how to sign clients. You need to know how to have conversations. You need to know how to build rapport with people, answer people's questions, you know, make people feel seen and heard and understood. You need to know how to handle people's objections, and you need to know how to go above and beyond, because most coaches are just not willing to do that. They just want to be able to kind of like do the bare minimum and get the max amount of results. But actually, if you want the max amount of results, you have to go above the bare minimum, right? And so knowing how to have conversations is very, very important. And then conversion events. So again, this is your challenges, your workshops and stuff, because this is nurturing you right now, but I'm going to be sharing an offer that some of you will take me up on. And so the same event that nurtured you also then converts you. Does that make sense? So content, conversations, conversion events. One of my clients, Georgia from the UK, she made $24,000 running her first free event using my proven 3-step formula. She had a personalized plan for her signature presentation and launch. She had a very specific promotion strategy tailored to her launch goals, and she mastered the power of presenting highly impactful events like this, and that's what led to that. So here's what happens when you get this right, when you have this full funnel and process of attracting, nurturing, converting. Potential clients reach out to you, eager to work with you without needing every detail about your program. You wake up to messages in your inbox saying, how can I join your program? Your client list grows effortlessly, and you even have a wait list of people ready to work with you. Opportunities flow to you. You're invited to speak at events, collaborate, and even be interviewed. Business becomes fun. You feel energized, aligned, and excited every day. Like, I hope you can feel my excitement. It's 9:30 in the morning and I'm helping you. I'm just giving my time, and I don't want to be anywhere else right now. This is so fun. And I get to wake up 9 times out of 10 in a really, really great mood, excited to help people and make a difference because of the way that I've designed my business. And I'm not trying to sit here and say you're not going to go through challenges, you're not going to get overwhelmed or stuck at times, because of course, you're human, I'm human, that's life. That would be really unrealistic. So of course, you know, with the good comes some of the not so good, but you have to be able to hold both, just like we spoke about on day 1. But when you get this right, you have more freedom and more income than you ever imagined, creating space for the life you've always dreamed of. I get to travel, I get to, you know, just have luxurious experiences, and I get to give back, and I get to help people, and I get to be generous, all funded by my business. And it's so cool. And guys, these 3 steps are so simple, which is why my clients make money so quickly, because it makes sense to them and they've chosen their strategy based on their personality and goals. You don't need to become someone you're not to succeed. You can make money by being yourself using these strategies. How good is that? You don't have to change who you are. You don't have to be like that 7-figure coach. You get to become your own 7-figure coach. Let me know if that's something that you want. Because personally, all you need to make money as a coach is a phone, kindness, commitment, and the right approach and support in front of you. And once you've done that, then comes the most important part. You get to transform your clients' lives forever. This is important because this is why you got into business, right? To impact lives. But you can only do so if you have paying clients. Otherwise, you have to stay in a shitty, full-time job in order to coach people for free or get a client here and there. But if you want to impact more people and do so sustainably and not have to do the shit you don't like, then you've got to be knowing how to get paying clients. That's the only way to make this sustainable. I would have to be working those 5 casual jobs still just to coach people for free if I didn't know how to get paying clients. We got into business to impact lives. So that's exactly what we want to do. And we do this by having an irresistible no-brainer offer that solves the problems of your target audience that they're currently experiencing. And guess what? You only need one program in order to scale. You don't need 15 offers, courses, back-end systems set up to make money. Having one program is enough to get you to 5K months and beyond that, right? So when you get this right, 3 things will happen. You'll get re-signs, you'll get referrals, and you'll get raving fans. Raving fans like you guys, like you're just such a vibe, right? But you'll get people re-sign. That's what I mean. I've had clients work with me for years. Naomi's here. She's worked with me for years. That's what gets to be possible. And you'll get referrals. I had someone join yesterday and she said she found me through a recommendation from someone else. And this is great for you because it means making money becomes faster and easier than ever before and creates more fulfillment because there's nothing more rewarding than happy clients who get results. Now, I want to share with you a really quick story, sharing the mindset you need to be able to make this strategy work and sign clients on repeat by sharing this really quick story with you. So feel free to close your eyes if you want, otherwise just sit back and relax. But imagine you and a friend are playing a dice rolling game. You are each given 1 dice. One of the dice has 20 sides and the other has 200. On each of the dice, only one side is green and the rest are red. The point of the game is really simple. Roll green as many times as you can. The rules of the game are as follows. You can't see how many sides you have. You can only see if you roll red or green. If you roll green, one of your red sides turns green and you get to roll again. If you roll red, nothing happens and you get to roll again. The game ends when you stop rolling. And if you stop rolling, you lose. So what do? You roll. When you roll red, you pick up the dice and you roll again. When others roll green, you pick up your dice and you roll again. When you roll green, you simply pick up the dice and you roll again. You keep telling yourself one thing. The more I roll, the more greens I get. I don't know about you, but I've got goosebumps as I'm saying this. At first, you roll green once in a while. But as more reds turn green, the green happens more. With enough rolls, hitting green becomes the rule rather than the exception. What does your friend do? He rolls a few times and hits red each time. He sees you roll green and complains that you must have a dice with fewer sides. He reasons it's the only way you could have rolled green before him. And although you did, you also rolled many more times. So which is it? In either case, he rolls a few more times in frustration and hits a green. But then he complains about how long it took. He spent more time watching you and complaining than actually playing. Meanwhile, you've hit your green streak. It's so much easier for you, he tells himself. You get greens every time. This game is rigged, so what's the point? He quits. So who got the dice with 20 sides and who got the dice with 200? If you get the game, you see, once you roll enough times, the dice you're given doesn't matter. Dice with fewer sides might roll green sooner. Dice with more sides might roll green later. But a dice with a green side always has a chance of rolling green, if you roll it. Every dice hits a green streak when rolled enough times. All of us get a many-sided die. And looking at other players, you have no idea if it's their 100th roll or their 100,000th roll. You don't know how good other players are when they start. You can only see how well they do now. But if you understand the game, You also know it doesn't matter. A few begin playing early. Others begin much later. The rest sit on the sidelines complaining about how lucky other players are. I guess so, but they're luckier because they play. And when they hit red, which they do, they didn't quit. They just rolled again. Learning to grow your business is a lot like the game of the many-sided dice. You don't know if it will work until you try. And when you start marketing and growing and selling, you'll probably hit red on your first rolls. But if you try enough times, you will hit green. And when it works, you have an even better chance of getting it to work again. The more you do it, the easier it gets. You begin to understand the game. No matter how many players there are or how many sides of the dice you're given, you start to see that there are only two guarantees. One, the more times you roll, the better you get. And two, if you quit, you lose. So here's my promise to you. You cannot lose the game of business if you do not quit. Guys, over the past 3 days, you've seen just how powerful it is when you combine mindset with simple strategy. You've learned how to show up confidently, attract dream clients, and market yourself in a way that feels good. But if you're here, it's probably not just because you wanted more information. You want transformation. You want a business that consistently brings in clients, income, and impact. And if that's you, I would love to share an opportunity that's helped hundreds of women go from crickets to consistent clients hitting 5K plus months very fast. So with that said, I'm really excited to introduce you to the 5K Fast Track. The 5K Fast Track is my high-touch 90-day coaching program designed to help new coaches hit consistent 5K months, even if you're starting from scratch with no idea what you're doing. No audience required, no fancy funnels or tech headaches required. Just leads every day, sales every week, clients who stay for years, and a business that grows while your workload stays light. The 5K Fast Track is for ambitious new online coaches, whether that's health, life, relationships, business, mindset, energetics, or more, ready to start their coaching business and hit consistent 5K months and beyond. You don't have to call yourself a coach, but if you provide an online service and you want to hit consistent 5K months, this is for you. We've got a really great reputation because we only take on clients we know we can help. And because I work so closely with each of my clients, I only take on a few people at a time. So I'm looking for the best fit here. This is for new coaches who are ready to go all in building a simple, scalable coaching business fast. It's not for those that are half in, half out, waiting for results without taking action. I only work with women who are committed and coachable. Inside the 5K Fast Track, I teach you my signature method, the scalable system, to get you to those consistent 5K months. I've broken this system and this program into 3 core phases. Phase 1 is foundation and clarity. The first 30 days are all about clarity, confidence, and quick cash. We start by getting crystal clear on your niche, your ideal client, and your offer using the business evaluation so you can show up with confidence and stop second guessing your every move. We'll create your high converting no-brainer offer, your signature method, and messaging that makes it easy for dream clients to say yes without hesitation. No confusion, no fluff, just a clear plan to sign your first or next clients fast. Most clients sign paying clients within the first 30 days of joining. So that's phase number 1. Phase number 2 is all about attracting and nurturing. Now that your offer is dialed in, it's time to build your audience that warms up leads ready to buy. You'll implement the daily lead attractor to bring in aligned leads every day in a way that fits your strengths and capacity. And then we'll set up the weekly audience nurturer so your content builds connection and trust, turning cold leads into warm buyers fast. By the end of this phase, you'll have a growing engaged audience and leads reaching out to work with you. And phase 3 is conversion and growth. With warm leads flowing in, it's time to convert them and build a repeatable revenue. You'll implement the sell via chat method to turn conversations into clients, no long sales calls that don't convert or fancy funnels or tech needed. You'll also get access to the template hub, which is plug and play content, DM scripts, Canva graphics, and sales resources so you can show up confidently without starting from scratch. This is how you scale to consistent 5K months and beyond with ease on repeat. So why the 5K Fast Track and why work with me specifically? Well, like I've said, I started my coaching business at 22 and went from juggling 5 casual jobs at $20 an hour with zero business experience or audience to scaling to over $2 million in under 5 years. Now I help other coaches like you to do the same. What's possible inside the 5K fast track? Well, Tara, who's a salon owner coach, went from $0 to $320,000 in 6 months of working with me. Becky, an OT coach, makes 20K pound months whilst traveling with 2 kids. Abby, who's a business coach, went from burnout to 50K months. Liz is a relationship coach and quit her 9-to-5 nursing job and now hits between 10 and 15K per month. Lani, a trauma coach, is now hitting 25K weeks. Sinead, a fitness coach, signed 35 clients in 3 months of working with me. And Chantel is an e-commerce coach and made 24.5K in her first few months of working with me. Now, these clients of mine, as you can hear, far exceeded 5K months, but they all made their first 5K month with me and skyrocketed from there. So what's included in this program? 2 90-minute group workshops every single month. These are high impact workshops every second Tuesday at 9 a.m. Brisbane time, so the same time that this event started, on a different topic each time so that you're always learning and growing. The replays are available to watch back in the course when needed. So if you join, you'll get access to all the previous ones as well, okay? There's a private Facebook community to receive daily support, accountability, and personalized in-depth feedback from me so you're never stuck or alone in your business journey and in between the calls. You get 3 months access to the 5K Fast Track course curriculum. This is step-by-step trainings, templates, and strategies to grow your audience, convert more clients, and scale to those consistent 5K months. And you get the Scaling Coach's ultimate business tracker to track your leads, sales, and content performance easily. Now, are there any bonuses? Of course there are. Because I love to reward quick action takers, if you join the 5K Fast Track within the next 72 hours, because any longer than that and your brain will convince you why you are doomed to succeed, you shouldn't even bother or try, because that's how the human brain works. It doesn't want you to grow or evolve. It wants you to stay right where you are. So I intentionally have capped this at the 72-hour mark. Ideally, you don't even let your brain get to that far though. You will also get my 100 Leads in 10 Days challenge course, which is a 10 days of proven strategies to grow your audience and attract 100 ideal clients in just 10 days. You'll also get the Booked and Banked 30-day challenge course, which is a 5 money-making tasks to do every day for 30 days, which is great accountability, to learn how to consistently attract and convert leads into paying clients with all the templates for each day provided. And you'll also get a ticket to the next virtual weekend retreat that I run. This is a powerful reset where you'll receive deep strategy, mindset coaching, and implementation on Zoom for 3 hours with all of my clients to gain clarity, refine your plan, and accelerate your results. Many say this alone is worth the full investment. Not only that, but this investment will be increasing by $1,500 next week. I've made this offer such a no-brainer that it's priced well below its true value. So if you want to snap this opportunity up whilst it's here, just comment below the word FAST and I will send you the details ASAP so you can join. When you join, you get immediate access to all of the courses and a beautiful welcome email so that you're clear on your next steps and how to best use this space. You'll then get a link to join the private Facebook community so I can welcome you in there and you can get to know the others as well. And you can begin your journey where you start implementing the strategies that I teach in there with continuous support from me and others to guide you every single step of the way. We are taking on clients right now and our next call is on Tuesday. Some of you, that'll be a Monday. So if you'd like the link to join in your preferred currency or you have any questions for me, just comment the word FAST and I'll send you those details now to be able to join us and get started right away. All right. Now, you will also get those 3 bonuses and save $1,500 just for being a quick action taker, okay? Which, let's be honest, is required if you want to fast track your way to 5K months. You don't get there by being slow, thinking about things for 100 years, questioning every single move, and not investing in yourself. Now, I just want to answer some really quick, frequently asked questions so you've got clarity on everything and then you're free to make the right decision for you from there. So a big question I get is, what if I don't have a big audience? Well, you don't need one. We all start at 0 and the 5K Fast Track teaches you how to grow your audience and attract high quality clients, even with no following. I built a multiple 6-figure business with under 1,000 followers. Another question is, can't I just figure this out on my own? You could, but how long will that take? The 5K Fast Track gives you the exact roadmap, support, and coaching you need to fast track results and avoid wasting time, energy, and money. And that is costing you so much more than you think it is. A question I often get asked is, I'm busy, I'm working a full-time job, I've got 3 kids, this and that. So how much time do I need to use, in order to get results? Here's the thing, we always make time for the things that matter most. I recommend setting aside at least 3 to 4 hours a week for learning and for implementation. And if you don't have 4 hours in a week to be able to work on your business, it's just going to take a really, really long time to grow, and you just have to be okay with that. All right? Is there a refund policy? No, there's not. I work with committed coaches ready to follow through. My belief is if you have this opt-out all of the time, your brain isn't fully focused on making this work. I'm all in on your success, and you get access to everything when you join. And so I ask that you're all in too. Are the results guaranteed? This is a big question I get. No coach can actually guarantee your results. I find it really dodgy when people put guarantees in some circumstances, right? I think there's a time and place for them under certain circumstances, but for the most part, no one can guarantee your results, right? Because they can't guarantee that you're going to show up and use the stuff, right? So what I can promise though is that the strategy, support, and the tools you need to grow are in the program. Results come when you show up and do the work. Just like my clients who I've mentioned all throughout today and over the last 3 days, all of them who have created incredible success, it's because they've done the work. They lean in, they take responsibility, and they take massive action. Some of you might be like, what if I can't afford this right now, but I really, really want to grow? Let me ask you this. What is the true cost of staying stuck without a plan? You're probably already experiencing that cost. It feels unfulfilling, it feels painful, you're stuck in a comparison trap, you're, just really struggling, no one's engaging with your stuff, and all of that effort is wasted. I can almost guarantee you that it's costing you way more than you think it is. The longer you wait, the longer it takes to see results, and let's be honest, the harder it gets. Most of my clients make their return on investment back within 1 to 3 months. That's how affordable this program is. Now, some of you are like, I'm looking for one-on-one coaching, not group coaching. Do you offer that? I do offer more personalized, one-on-one support in my program called Scale School on Tier 2, alongside the group support. But it's, of course, a much bigger investment. If you're willing to pay that, that's completely fine. And if you're not, please don't underestimate the power of being in a room full of driven, like-minded women. Community is a game changer, and personally, I only invest in group coaching. That's how powerful it is. The question I want you to ask yourself though is, how much is growing your coaching business in an aligned way worth to you? How much would you invest to have your current problems go away and create a thriving business that truly makes a difference, instead of wasting months and years? Some of you have wasted years not getting the results that you want because you don't have the strategy and support in front of you. And I get many of you have likely invested in courses and programs before, potentially been let down, potentially, not gotten the results. And there's a variety of reasons for that, right? It could be on the coach, it could be on you, it could be a mixture of both. It could be a variety of different things. But don't let that person or that circumstance screw you over twice and not invest again to actually get the process that you need, rather than just guessing and trying to figure it out on your own. You already know that that's not working. So by investing in the 5K Fast Track, you get to stop searching constantly for the answers. You get to stop paying for so many different things and events, or attending just free things, trying to piece it all together. Instead, you can just join the 5K Fast Track, where you get everything you need all in one place. You get to stop guessing what to do and instead follow a process that feels good and is proven to work. Now, if you've been let down by other coaches in the past and you've got some walls up, or maybe you're in a lot of other programs right now, but if you're not getting results, I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity of getting this discount and getting these bonuses, right? So If you're that person, you've got a lot of hesitation, a lot of fear, a lot of resistance, due to previous circumstances, then I want to invite you to book a 30-minute roadmap call with me, because I don't want you to settle for making little to no money just because you don't have the belief that it's possible for you to make more than that due to past experiences. So if that's you, then in this time, we're going to do 3 things really quickly. I'll have a quick look at your niche, your offer, your strategy, just to see what's possible for you in terms of clients, revenue, and growth within your business. We'll take a deeper look into your business to see the number one thing that's holding you back right now and, uncover that, because when you do, it allows your business to grow. And we'll start to map out a bit of a 3-step plan so that you can get really excited for the growth that you're after. And you're going to leave this session feeling really clear and confident and excited about your next steps. Now, you might be wondering, wow, that sounds generous. Why are you doing that for free? Well, because I know that if you don't make a decision to move forward in one way or another now, and you're a fence sitter, you will stay stuck. You will stay guessing, and your business growth will only get harder. It's literally only getting harder year by year. And I don't want that for you. And often when we map out this plan, when I take the time to have a conversation with you, then there's a high percentage of people that then feel safe enough to actually implement the plan. So if that's the case, I'd love to help you, as that's what I do. There's no pressure no matter what. I can send you the details if you comment fast. I can have a roadmap call with you and there's still no pressure, but these calls are for committed action takers. So in a nutshell, your actions from here are, if you want the link to join the 5K Fast Track and receive instant access to everything you need, comment the word fast, right? And if you feel like you need a call and a quick conversation to really help you make the right decision for you because you're feeling really paralyzed, comment the word roadmap and I'll send you that link, right? It's so okay, but you have to move forwards. Don't be a fence sitter. It's either a complete no or it's a yes and you're going all in. But don't be a fence sitter in your business, because I promise you right now, you will not grow. I am so excited to work with you all that are ready and committed to do the work required. As I said, congratulations to everyone that joined even before I got to announce it. I think that says a lot about your character, and I'm super excited for you to be diving all on in. Don't let another month go by wondering what you could have built though, for everyone that hasn't yet joined, okay? The 5K Fast Track gives you the exact roadmap, tools, and support to finally grow a coaching business that actually works without the hustle, the guesswork, or the burnout. So you can choose to make the rest of 2025, which is going by quickly, the year that your business truly scales, or you can choose to stay stuck in the same place yet again because you let your fear, your doubt, your limiting stories, and your past to dictate your future. And quite honestly, that choice is all yours. This offer does end in 72 hours. The bonuses will go away and the investment will increase by $1,500 after that. So comment fast or comment roadmap now and let's build your dream coaching business together. Like I said, I'll be announcing the 3 winners of the challenge after this on Monday. And, one of the prizes is a one-on-one coaching call, another is a 30-minute coaching call, and another one is a social media audit, which, by the way, if you pay in full and join the 5K Fast Track, you get a one-on-one coaching call with me anyway. And if you're in the 5K Fast Track, you get unlimited social media audits anyways. So just join us. But for those of you, that don't, and whatever, I'm going to be watching everyone's lives that's been posting where they've shared their takeaways over the last few days, and I'm going to be randomly picking 3 people. And so if you've already joined and you paid in full, you get 2 one-on-ones, or you get even more social media audits. So, don't wait for that to make a decision. This opportunity will be gone by then. So yeah, jump in, my friends. It's been a pleasure today and over the last 3 days to have had the opportunity to save you time, hopefully, effort and energy, by sharing with you the mindset, the foundations, and the strategy that you need to be able to grow. Thank you so much, guys. I have loved this.
If you loved this episode, take a sec to screenshot it, share your thoughts on Instagram stories, and tag me at Sophia Rose Bernardi. Then send me the word gift and I will send you an exclusive client workshop of mine that supported my clients to make tens of thousands of dollars from that one training alone. And I'll do that as a thank you for taking the time to spread this podcast with me far and wide. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.